Okay, we are going to do a general solution, okay? We are going to do a general solution, the exercises of a general solution, okay? So now we have a general solution, or we have this equation, okay? So we have to solve it by using the method that we show about trigonometric equation. So now let's do it. We have a 6 sine squared x plus 7 cos x minus 3 equal to 0. We can solve this question if we have all over sine. We can use a quadratic formula or factorization, but as we have sine and a cos, it's not possible to solve it. We have to change every term to be cos. How possible? Remember, sine squared is going to be 1 minus cos squared x plus 7 cos x minus 3 equal to 0. So when you multiply here, we'll have a 6. All right. Here will be 6 minus 6 cos squared x plus 7 cos x minus 3 equal to 0. Let's change the sign. Here we'll have a positive cos x squared x, and here will be minus 7 cos x. So 6 minus 3 is going to be positive 3. With the sign negative, we have minus. So we change the sign. So 6 minus 3 is going to be 6. As we change the sign, here will be minus. So now, let us continue here by doing this. How are we going to solve this? Remember, how do you factorize? We are going to open 2 brackets. We open the 2 brackets. Now, as we have a 6 cos squared, so it's better to change it to 3 cos. We split 6 by 2 times 3 times 2. So we have a 2 cos here. This is how we factorize. So if you don't know how to factorize, please use a quadratic formula. So now, if we multiply 3 cos times 2 cos, we have a 6 cos squared. So now, as we have a minus 3 here, okay, what are we going to do with minus 3? We have to look at which number we can put over here. If we multiply them, we have a minus 3. So we'll put 3 over this side, and the 1 should be there. 1 times 3 is going to be 3. So what sign we're going to give to 3, what sign we're going to give to minus, to 1. So it's better to put minus here and to put plus here, because plus times negative will be minus. So when you multiply here, it's going to be minus 9x cos x. When you multiply here, it's going to be plus 2 cos x. So 9 minus 9x cos x plus 2 here will be minus. Therefore, we will solve this by cos x, we transpose 1 will be minus 1. We divide by 3. Or we'll have cos x. You transpose 3, you divide by 2. All right. So now you have to know that if you look at cos x equal to 3 over 2, 3 over 2, it's 1,5. So 1,5, it's already out of trigonometric values, because the cos value is it got the interval from -1 to +1. So cannot exceed or cannot go more than greater than 1 or less than -1. So the value should be less than or equal to -1 or less or equal to +1. So this is not gonna work. Non-apply, non-solution. Now let us use this one now. What is going to happen to this one? We have to find we have to use the arc. We're gonna use the arc. We use the arc cos. So sorry, x. X will be equal to arc cos -1/3. So you shift your calculator, you press cos of -1/3. So the answer will give you 109,47. So you find that x will give you 109,47. So now cos is a negative in the second quadrant and the third quadrant. So this is a second quadrant, but now we don't have a fourth quadrant. How are we going to get the fourth quadrant? So it's very important to do not use the arc here with a negative. Try to use a positive to find a reference angle. So if you use a positive, so we'll have x will be equal to 70,53 degrees. So call this is a reference angle. So now our answer will be this. X in a cos in the second quadrant will be 180 minus 70,53 degrees. So x here will be equal to 109,47 degrees. All right, that's the first answer. Now in a third quadrant we have now 180 plus 53 degrees. So x will be equal to 250, 53 degrees. All right. So there is our answer. This is a reference angle. So this is our two answers or two solutions of this equation. All right. So now let's move to the next question. The next question, it will be, it needs more concentration, okay? But it's not that difficult, okay? Now, there we go. When you look at this, they say without the using of a calculator, what is given to you, it's x plus 1 over x equal to 3 cos A. And also this is given to you x squared plus 1 over x squared equal to 2. So what you have to do here, first of all, you raise both sides squared, so you can have something like this. Then you replace, if you sit this here, when you develop this, you replace by 2. So what is going to happen? Remember, a plus b squared will give you a squared plus 2ab and plus b squared. So here will be x squared plus 2 times x plus 1 over x. So we have a 2, our a is x, b is 1 over x. Then we have a plus b squared, which is 1 over x squared will be 1 squared will be 1, and then x squared equal to 3 squared will be 9, and a cos squared a. So when you look at here, we can cancel x by x. It's gone. So we'll have x squared plus 1 over x squared equal to 9 cos squared a minus 2. All right. So now we have x squared plus 1 over x squared, which is the value of a 2. So we can replace all this by 2. And then we have equal to 9 cos squared a minus 2. Now let's find the value of a cos. Let's solve this. When you transpose here, we'll have a 4. You divide by 9, you have a 9 over 4. So we have a 4 over 9. We have a cos squared a equal to 4 over 9. So cos a, if you squared both sides, it will be 2 over 3. All right, it will be 2 over 3. Now, what is cos 2a? Cos 2a is 2 cos squared a minus 1. So you can just use this one, okay, instead of this. So cos 2a will be 2 brackets cos squared a is 4 over 9 minus 1. So cos 2a will be equal to minus 1 over 9. So that is the answer of this equation. So cos 2a equal to minus 1 over 9 without a calculator. Now we are going to the next question. Thank you. With the next question, okay? Now, with the next question, I'll try to anticipate because we're still going to do the graph, okay? Of a trigonometric graph. But now, when you look at here, this question involve what general solution. When you look at this question, say determine the general solution of f of x equal to g of x. Now let's do it quickly. Let's just do the first question. It says we must do the graph, draw the graph of g of x, which is minus cos 2x. Now, it starts from a minus 180 degrees, okay? So what you'll do, you say g, when you substitute the value of minus 180, so you say minus cos 2 times 180. So that will give you this is gonna give you 360. So the answer will give you -1, okay? So you have a -1, so you start here. So at -180, g of x is -1, all right? Then we move, we put now 0. We put 0. So when you put 0 here, 2 times 0, all right. Now, cos of 0 equal to, let me see where I am now. Oh, okay, we are not yet at 0, sorry. So we jump too much. So remember, after, because we have a double angle, we have to complete here first. Here we have minus 135 degrees, and here we have minus 45 degrees, and here we have, after 0 we have 45 degrees, and here we add 45 degrees, will be 135 degrees. So we have to use all this, okay? So now, when you look at this, we go, there we go. When we use g of x with 135, so we have a minus cos 2 minus 35 degrees. So we'll have here 0. So here will be 0. So now if you use minus 90 degrees, you'll find that will give you 1. Okay. If you use minus 45 degrees instead of x, you find that the answer will be 0. If you use a 0, the answer will give you -1. If you use a 45 instead of x, the answer will be 0. If you use a 90 degrees instead of x, the answer will be 1. If you use a 135, the answer will be 0. And then you come to 180, the answer will be -1. So this is the graph. Actually, this is the graph of g of x. The next question is say f of x, it's -3, okay? What is the maximum value of f of x -3? Now, when you look at f of x, the maximum value of f of x, remember, f of x it's 2. F of x it's 2 sine 2x. So when you're talking about the maximum, is this number, okay? So because this is the amplitude, okay? Because you can see here, this is the maximum point here at 2. You can see it there, okay? So the maximum is at 2. So now, if you say -3, you find that maximum we get it if f of x is equal to 0. So 2, when you put 0 minus 3, so this will give you here will give you 0, sorry, at the -45 degrees, at the 45 degrees, sorry. you find that it will give you 2 minus 3. Sorry, let me do this. Because we have a positive 2 there, okay? So let's put 45 degrees here. We have a sign. Here will be 90 degrees minus 3. So if there was no this, here the answer should be 2. That is the maximum. We stop there. But now, as they say minus 3, we have a minus 3. So the maximum now will change to minus 1. That is the maximum. Okay? Or you can just say the maximum value will be 2 minus 3, which is minus 1. Simple. Now, let's continue to try to find now the general solution, okay? Let's go for general solution. We have f of x equal to g of x. What is our f of x? It's 2 sine 2x. What is g of x? It's minus cos 2x. What we're going to do here, we have now to divide, to divide both sides, to cancel 2, we divide this side by 2. As we're going to make a tangent, we divide this side by 2, cos 2x. We divide here also by cos 2x. So we divide both sides by the same thing. So 2 cancel with 2. Tan over cos, sin, sorry, over cos is tan 2x. And then we cancel this, we have a minus 1 over 2. Okay, now let's use again what we call general solution. So 2x will be equal to arc of a tangent of a minus 1 over 2. So this will give you 2x equal to 26, comma. So we give you 26, comma, let's say comma 6. We put minus there, okay? Minus. So now let's add k 180 because of a tangent. So when you divide both sides by x by 2, you divide both sides by 2, you have x is equal to minus 13,3, and we divide here also, we have a 90 degrees. So when you look at this, exactly we are here, this intersection, which is minus 13,3 degrees. Now, we can also use this as a reference angle. Reference angle. Now, we know that tan is a negative in a second quadrant. Second quadrant will be 180 minus 26,6 degrees. Okay? So this will give us will give us 153 comma 4, okay, plus k 180. When we divide by 2 to get the value of x, then we get the x value here will give us 76.7 degrees plus k 90 degrees. So this shows us that is this intersection, okay, which is the value of a 76.7. All right, now let's move to another quadrant. Let me remove this. Remove all this. So another quadrant is tangent is negative. It's a fourth quadrant. So we have a 2x will be 360 degrees minus 26.6. So we have a 360 minus 26.6. So the answer will be 2x equal to 303.4 plus k 180 degrees. So when we divide by 2, we'll have x equal to 166.7 degrees. So now we have another here. You can see another intersection here, 166.7. Now, what about this intersection? Because we cannot find it in this method, but because we have it here, all you can do, you can look at this value which is given to us, where we have we'll do 90 degrees, or we can say we add the 90 degrees, or we minus 90 degrees because we are moving in the left side. So we have 13.3 degrees minus 90 degrees plus k 90. So the x value here will be equal to minus 103.3 degrees plus k 9 degrees. So you can see that this value is closer here. That intersection will be minus 303.3 degrees. All right. So our answer here will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the general solution of this graph of f of x equal to g of x. Now let's move to the next question now. Let's remove this. What is the next question says? When you look at the next question, it says, the last question says, hence you finish, or you got the general solution, the answer here. They want you to find the x value for which f of x is less than g over x in the interval where x is between minus 180 degrees to 0. So which means from minus 180 to 0, they want you to show where f of x is less than f of x it's less than f of x it's less than g of x. What that means, let us try to do it. If you write here, we have a f. Oh, sorry, I want to get a good, all right, let me use this one. Okay, when you look at the f of x here, this is f of x. All right, this is g of x. So here f of x is greater than g of x because it's on the top. But from this point, this is g of x, and here f of x. And when you pass here, this is f of x, g of x. F of x, g of x. So the place that f of x, the interval where f of x is below g of x, is from this point here to this point. Therefore, the answer will be, our answer will be x will be less than, because x is here between. Okay? So let me write it like this so you can understand. So the value we have is starting from where? Minus 103, degrees, and then here we have minus 13. So we found that the x will be less than minus 13.3 degrees, but will be greater than minus 103.3 degrees. What that means, we have x this value, the value of x this side are greater than 103. The value of x this side are less than. So x should be between minus 103.3 to minus 13.3. So that is the answer. So we are done. Thanks.